the thoughts, views, and opinions of all the associates and that Peapod host. It's coming from his brain, y'all. He's doing it all on his own, and it's just for entertainment. So don't you get going and feeling like something else is happening, because it's not.
Subscribing the channel.
He's just having a little fun, all right? Take it or leave it. Peace Pod.
This is Peace Pod.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all can hear me. What up? Woo!
Yeah.
Hey. Episode 27 of Peace Pod.
Wow.
I'm your pilot, your progenitor, and pretty brown-eyed host, P.
Did he say that?
He did say that.
And this P will stand for, what did it say I had? It's the principle. The P will stand for principle, because it's the principle of all things. And so, before we go in on this episode, like I tell you all the time, make sure, before you come in, make sure you wipe your dirty feet, watch your head, and like your mama would always tell you, don't ask for nothing, don't touch nothing, because you don't want
nothing.
Appreciate you, Dune. You've been watching Dune.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
Subscriber.
Yes.
Goddamn super fan. We appreciate
super fan.
So y'all know who he is, and y'all know who we have in the building today.
Exactly.
We got, really, this is a first.
Yes.
This is my first podcast with two co-hosts, two people. So as I'm in the shotgun, so who in the backseat, who in the shotgun, or y'all both?
Well, I mean, I'm a gentleman, so I'll let Shantae have the shotgun.
But you're in the middle seat, so Shantae, you're in the.
I'm not in the whole seat. No, I'm in the back seat.
Sorry,
so,
but I would still grab the gun because I'm riding shot. I would move out the way
cool,
and grab that gun.
Well, it was my first guest on the Peace Pod.
I paved the way.
And then Dune was my first male guest, so here we go.
Well, I mean,
first female guest.
I won't hold that against you that she was the first. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing you since Hector was a pup.
You did, but I had to make sure that I had to make sure that if it messed up, that you wouldn't be part of the mess up.
There you go. Yeah, and Shantae's good.
Shantae's good for a mess up episode.
Yeah, she is.
For a mess up episode. What you mean for a mess up episode?
I think you can fight through it.
She can fight through it.
I think you can fight through it.
Okay.
Well, hey, so y'all know the players, so I don't necessarily have to introduce them.
Right.
And so, how's everybody been? How you been, Shantae?
It's been a blur.
You look like you just came from Bible study, or you was teaching a counseling series or something. Your TED Talk.
My TED Talk.
You look like you got your TED Talk outfit on.
Well,
they can't see the slacks.
Yeah.
And the coach.
It's definitely TED Talk.
And you want to boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
I thought
boom.
about
You want to throw your feet up?
My company. Those my company.
Coach loafers up there. I like that.
You know, that's how you act like you got old money.
Yeah.
They don't cost a lot of nothing.
Right.
But you put them on, it's like, it was like, oh, I got old money.
Got a little stank on it.
Let me go and throw these on.
It's bougie casual.
Okay.
Loafers is just bougie casual.
Oh my God.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's become my favorite shoe.
Loafers are bougie
I like
casual.
loafers.
So that's all loafers. That's bougie casual.
Yeah, okay.
That's all it is.
Well, that's good to know.
So yeah, you been doing good?
I've been doing good. Everything is just a blur, you know? It's like I literally have to use my calendar to recall things that happened this week.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's already September. After really January probably being the longest January ever.
Yes.
It is now already September.
Because January was at least 6 months long. It was 6 months long.
January was long. But now it's September.
Yeah.
And almost October. So,
right.
Because we're out of your season.
Mm-hmm.
The lioness season. Now
so what is that? She's a Leo?
Leo.
Oh, okay. Oh, Leo makes sense. That makes sense.
Can't you tell?
I can tell.
Yeah, it can make complete.
Leos or psychos. That's where it goes. Okay. Oh,
we said we're going to discuss that.
We wrote.
Okay. I don't understand why.
We weren't discussing
no.
Psycho? We are.
I don't understand why he says I'm psycho. What gives that
Dune. So explain. Let's run on into it.
So I like to
So let's kind of give a backdrop. Look,
Sure.
all of us have been friends for forever. I think Shantae and I kind of started out as the initial friends. Well, Dune and I really first. If we're connected, I'm the glue person.
You're the glue person. Yes.
Ordeal.
You're the link.
I'm the link. There we go. I'm the link. So Dune and I started first. Then getting to college, meet Shantae. Shantae meets Dune, and this has at least been 20 years because I've been in the frat almost 20. I've been in the frat 25 this year.
Right.
Okay.
And so I met Shantae probably a year before I got in the frat. Or was I in?
I met you
Was I before?
like the week after you
I went over.
crossed. So I met you in 2000, and
That is right.
It was
at RC's them house
right.
at the table.
And I met this guy somewhere in between there, but when we really became cool, it was a party. You and Jolly had a party at some apartments.
So we either were at K6 or Sam Bass.
Yeah,
You were not.
Sam Bass.
Sam Bass is K6.
That is, you are right.
That is a good point.
Well,
It was a party before that. You guys had a little kickback.
when we were staying in Denton North, so we were on Story. That
Yes.
upstairs apartment.
Yes,
In
and
the Story.
I was really talking to this guy, and he ended up doing what now is known, what I call him, quick feet, because he said he was getting ready. He's like, hold on, I'm finna break it down. And he started dancing, and that is why I started calling him quick feet.
Oh, that's where the name comes from.
He started moving real fast.
That's when you was doing that flamingo.
And he was like, oh, here go the quick feet. And so from here on out, it was quick feet.
It was born.
It was born.
Mm-hmm.
Shantae has a nickname for everybody. People don't have names.
That's the thing about it. That's the thing about it. Right.
It was really her, you and Tab. Shantae and Tab would give a nickname to everybody. So the Q with the Q. This dude, because I was the Q with the dreads for a long time. I mean, not to them, but
You was the kid with
everybody
the pretty eyes in the dress. You gotta put pretty eyes there. You know the one with the pretty eyes. That's how we describe you.
and pretty eyed hoes.
Oh my God!
Pilot, projector, pretty brown eyed. See, it works.
We're about to throw up bad guy. Come on, now.
Because y'all said it so much, now I just had to put it in there.
But
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
You ain't picture up there. He's making
So, y'all see that? Like, hey, y'all can't see that picture over there. Y'all can't see that. But that's on my album.
And I think he did visual effects too, Shantae, so they're even lighter brown.
You know, he sent that picture 3 times. He said lighter. Lighter.
So we'll put a picture up somewhere over there.
Yeah, he'll put it up so you can
I'll
see
put
it.
the picture up so y'all can see. It's from my album release party, or it's the cover of my album, my solo album.
It's a banging album.
Man, 2013, long time ago, but that album still jammed.
Could you still not grow a beard then?
I can grow a beard.
No, back then it didn't seem like.
No, back then I couldn't grow a beard.
That's what I said. Could you still not grow a beard?
dear.
See? But I'm psycho, and he jumped on me for asking a question.
Well, I was arguing in defense because y'all were already talking about my eyes
Oh my God!
or how I present my eyes. I can't help it.
I ain't never seen a portrait of somebody looking at the sun.
Who does that?
I will say, as a guy, you learn your strengths pretty early.
That is true.
And you accentuate your strengths.
Because the thing about it, I mean, for women, they get it thrown at them from 12 years old and up.
Ever since that rack started coming
There it goes.
you've been.
When the rat comes in, it's over.
Somebody's been soliciting.
Exactly. And men, like you said, we have to use anything in our war chest to separate ourselves. So I get
Separate
it.
yourself. So you gotta accentuate, that.
Little known fact about Pullum. He probably won't tell it, but I'll tell it. This fella didn't know he had pretty eyes. And, in his younger days, it was his 8th grade year, which means that guy was what, 12, 13? 11, 12, 13?
All the story.
Yeah, he's walking up the stairs, looking down. He looks up, makes eye contact with another young lady, and she was older, I believe. No, she couldn't have been older if it was junior high. But she said,
I was 7th grade. She was 8th grade.
okay. And she said, oh, you got some pretty eyes. So he skipped his next class, went to the boys' bathroom, and stared at his eyes the entire period.
She glazed in this story. She glazed the story a little bit.
The the entire hour, Shantae?
He missed.
Is that what he did?
He missed all of 4 periods. Looking at his eyes because he wanted to see what she saw.
She's got a great memory too. I love that. She has a great memory.
So Shantae is my
Historian.
My historian. You know, she's my dictate. You know, my who people that dictate when I dictate.
Yeah.
Your narrator.
She's my narrator.
You
know, she put together my
not it, but we'll go with it.
Yeah. Well, not yeah. Right, yeah, it's not
dictation.
She's my stenographer.
Yeah, stenographer. There we go.
She keeps
a
record of my stories because y'all know me. My memory is terrible. So when I tell her stuff, she actually remembers, and so she remembers especially the moments we have together. So she has a lot of those moments.
Yeah.
So that was a pivotal moment when I found out I had pretty eyes because they were like my eyes. I was like, oh.
Can you believe he went that long without knowing? If she had never told him, he
never thought about it.
He may have been looking forward in that picture.
Looking in a totally different direction.
Thank you, young lady.
That's great.
I appreciate you because I know you probably seen a couple podcasts. You might have followed me throughout my time. I appreciate it.
Oh, she hunted you down?
She might have.
To get one more glimpse. This is getting.
I wonder what that pretty eyed boy
is. Getting cringy here.
Anyway, let's reset how we were talking about how Shantae's a psycho.
Oh, yes. That's what we're talking about. Yes. So, I mean, just like that, I mean, who is even going to come up with a story like that? I mean, it's part true, part fabrication, all Shantae's story. Mm-hmm. Then I take it a step further. I wish you could see the past WWE fights they used to have at this little MHMR area. I mean, I'll tell you right now, Shantae Pool's already half cocked. We all know that, but Shantae matches that half cockedness.
All know that.
No, you're half cocked, sir. No, I mean, everybody really knows you. They know you're half cocked. Okay, I always tell the story, but I'll keep that for later on. But Shantae matches the crazy so well, and you guys play off each other so well, Pool. So that's where I really started seeing how I knew she was crazy even through college, but seeing her do these bits, and it's not really even a bit because she's able to pour her actual
crazy
self in it. Yeah, I mean, it's really incredible. Yes,
I guess this is what it feels like, when you are a spirit at your funeral and you hear how people really feel.
There it is. There you go. No,
see, that's the crazy. I mean,
I wouldn't take it that far, but yeah,
that was quite the example.
It was almost like a roast, a mini roast.
You can use your little fan if you need.
I can use my fan.
Yeah, just don't put it right into the mic because it's gonna sound like
a wind tunnel.
Yeah,
like a wind tunnel.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's hot flashes.
Twisters or something like that. Instead of twisters.
No, I was just trying to mock Beyonce on a video.
Did you do a Beyonce vibe on
it? In general, what are some social norms Black people learn as a kid that are specific to us?
You may just give one or.
Well, I'll give an example. The main example we were using, that you don't think about, that we always say, you don't put your finger in nobody's face. So as Black kids, nobody ever really told you that, but you know it for some reason. Either you saw somebody put somebody's finger in their face and they got the dog mess slapped out of them, or you heard somebody threatening them, put your finger in my face.
It's just not clicking that is a norm that we learned, because I had to fight every year growing up.
I would assume.
Yeah.
That's
See? Yeah.
In school. I had to fight every year.
You're kind of adding the Dune's kind of case here.
Whatever. But every fight that I ever had was because someone put their hand in my face. I never started any fight. I can honestly say I never passed the first lick. A couple of times. But for the most part, people will put their hand in my face.
So, Black rules, putting your hand in your face, creates or, starts that. But, like, regular assault rules, putting their finger in your face kind of wasn't.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
It's considered disrespectful.
So, when you say you didn't start the fight, you technically
Well, it was a number of things that were disrespectful happening. Because in order to put your your finger in my face, you're obviously in my personal space, and that's disrespectful. Because why are you that close to me?
True.
Because that means that you're ready. You know, you're gonna go into fight or flight mode when someone gets that close to you.
That's true.
So you're in my personal space, and you're putting your finger in my face. So. I think it's reasonable to assume that the next step is you.
And see, and that's why I wanted to have a conversation, because what we consider as norms that we learn, they aren't actual law, or they aren't actual truth, or those rules actually won't put you, I would say, on the right side of law like you think they would. So the law, in essence, is they have to assault you first. Is really, in essence, why they would tell you sticks and stones will break my bones, but words don't hurt.
Yeah, all that. You could have walked away. Absolutely not.
Exactly.
No.
So our rules, that's a fight. Those are fight. Like if I talk about your mama,
and
man, fight words.
It transcends culture.
Yes,
many times.
It does. Yeah, because finger in your face is kind of. I mean, I know we take it really more personal, but. You know,
I always assumed that the way it was triggering, because when your parents were getting on you about something, they would say, look, let me, they're doing that, and there's nothing you can do about it, but take it. So when someone who is not a parental figure does that to you,
they're gonna get it.
That's a good point.
I think that's really why it used to trigger me, because it's like when your parents are going off on you and you felt like they were going too hard, or you really didn't do it, but you couldn't say anything. You had to take it. I'm not gonna take that from someone that is my that's my own age.
We're gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I like that perspective. Okay, so the finger in the face, that's a social norm. You got any others?
I do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is a norm, or it may have been my house. I don't know, because the older I get, the more I realize that all of our houses had more in common than I thought.
Yeah, that's so true.
That's true.
Certain things we have so many rules while eating. Like
chew with your mouth closed.
Mouth closed.
That's etiquette. That's etiquette.
But I see it in public. This is what I'm about to say. And I'm like, we couldn't do that in my house. You want to get cursed out? Blow your nose while someone is eating.
Yeah,
that is true. You would have to kind of get up and excuse
you don't have to leave.
Yeah,
and they can't even hear you. So if you have to walk as far as you can to make sure they can't hear you. So when I see that in public, it automatically puts rage in me, because it's like, why rage you? Why are you doing it?
So would you say that's a black thing, or is that I don't know, a good etiquette thing?
I'm not gonna
say she don't know.
I don't want to.
That's a good question.
Come off, but I've seen that, and the people that I've seen it do, a lot of times they don't share the same culture based off, the way they look. I'm not bringing color or anything in that into it, but I just have never really seen, someone of like culture blow their nose while someone is eating. Right. It's like, why would you do that in a restaurant, in a food court? It's like, stop. And it's nasty, because when you blow your nose, you need to wash your hands, for one. So you're going to blow your nose, put the napkin right back on the table, and go back to eating. It's a lot of things. It's a lot to unpack.
See, when you break down the germ spread in that matter.
And then I got a question too. Should you really blow your nose in fabric napkins?
That's a good question. Yeah, you technically probably shouldn't.
How much do we trust our washer and dryers? That's my real question, because I know, for instance, when we had our linen business, we had people, and we saw blood on napkins, snot, lasagna juice, all that stuff. So when we take it to get it dry clean, actually laundered, because dry clean, but the question is, I really wonder, how much does the actual washer and dryer takes out bacteria?
Because what if it's too many things in that washer, so everything doesn't get the full effect of how much detergent it's putting there? You know what I mean? So it's like if it's overfilled, everything is not going to get as clean because we've done that as a kid when we were trying to rush and launder things.
You put too much in the washer.
And back when we used the powder, you know, if you did it wrong, one pair of pants would have powder. John, we all did it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys do separate max or minimum laundry detergent? Or do you do max? I do max every time. I don't care if it's 2 goddamn things. Or 2 things, excuse me.
Oh, you talking about the number of scoops or something?
Or pods and stuff?
No, I'm talking about pouring in the washer. I'll do max every time.
I do.
It don't matter. I can have 1 pair of drawers in there. Yeah, you getting the max.
I'm not the only one.
No, it's just something about opening up and you don't see suds, you know, or looking, you know, you don't see it. It's not clean.
Oh, for your dry sheets, how many you use?
As many as I can possibly use. Usually between 3 to 4.
Yeah, I use at least 3. You got to season them.
Yeah, I do 2 because I try to stretch around a little.
I do 3. I season it properly. I do 1 for the Father, 1 for the Son, and 1 for the Holy Ghost.
Oh wow!
Oh
wow! Okay.
But I'm psycho.
Yeah, I know that's
not psycho. That's just
that is
that's
loony.
reference.
I've never.
That's why you guys get along so well.
That's reverence. That's like praying. That's like praying for before every meal. That's reverence.
Okay. Well,
anyway, so
me and Shantae are not going with you on that. Just so you know,
we're praying on laundry.
The laundry guy.
I was praying.
But another.
So I would say, through other cultures, do y'all have the black mama stare?
Yes, I didn't.
I mean, is that the white mama stare? Is there you know what I mean?
I've seen them do it too.
I've seen them do it too, man.
Okay.
I've seen them do it too. I think that is just universal.
That's universal. So or maybe it is that we are more alike than we like to lend to.
Yes.
You know, because I mean, especially. Social media will make you think that we're all just so separate, but you get in the same room and everybody's laughing and joking together. I mean, nobody really has a problem.
Exactly.
What you got? What?
This one is serious, and it's universal. There is no book or anything, but for $60,000, the $60,000 question.
Okay.
If you can recite this verbatim.
Okay.
What is the speech that every black child was given in the car when you arrived at a department store?
The one I give as my intro.
What's the first? When we get in there.
Oh, when we get in there.
Yours is a grocery store.
Yeah, mine was a grocery store. You don't want nothing to ask, nothing, don't touch me. That is a grocery store. Don't show you.
Because it's always at front where they put the candy bars and Skittles.
Yeah, don't touch nothing, don't ask nothing. You don't want, that is the grocery, that is right before the grocery store. Don't you get in there showing your something, it's one of them. Or, I think, if you act up in here, or if, like, in essence, you show out in here, I'm gonna show out in here.
Yeah.
Or one of those.
We get those. It was all, every one of us got a speech.
Right. You always gonna get a speech.
You got a speech.
It's a little, a level set. It's more of a level set now.
That's why you didn't open the door until they opened the door, because you knew they were about to give a speech.
So you just gonna wait for it.
Let's
go get over with.
Technically, we wasn't getting out. They were leaving us in the car. We were the kids that were left in the car. At time now, not every time.
Yeah.
But I was left in the car.
I was left in the car. I was left in the car too.
Y'all are boys too.
Nah, well, yeah.
I was left in the car too, Paul.
Girls know how to act, you know.
That may be true.
Y'all are hard-headed, and y'all gonna try it.
I'll give you that. But
y'all are gonna try it.
That was mostly Kanye. I was the good kid. But yeah, we were left in the car.
I love how you threw Kanye on the bus.
He did.
God, it's smooth.
No, it was like a 90-mile-per-hour ball.
I rode that wheels of the bus round and round.
Entering the room and not speaking.
Oh, that's another one.
I had that. I had a hard time with that, but they fixed it.
I could tell that with you.
It wasn't intentional. It's just I was kind of not a morning person, you know, and so I would get up sometimes. This was most of the time on the weekend.
Yeah.
I would get up and, you know, I come out my room and I go in the kitchen and my mom will be sitting there reading the newspaper every time. And I would walk in there. I couldn't get 1 foot in the kitchen. If I didn't speak, she wouldn't even look. She'd be like, go back to your room and start over.
Wow.
So when she said start over, she meant go back to your room, close the door. Even though we didn't even sleep with our rooms with the doors closed, she go back, close the door, and start over. And
job, Mom.
And so
make us speak in a moment.
And so now,
I know I'm not.
Tame this beast. Good job, Mom. Good job.
I hate when chatter.
But see, I think too that's a Southern thing too, because when I was in California, it was very loosey goosey.
Really?
Right when you cross that Mason-Dixon. Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. You got to get all that.
Put a handle on that name.
Yeah.
You put a handle on that name.
I learned all that when I crossed the Mason-Dixon.
Really?
Yeah. It's all about more than, because I know Mama Jewel, my grandmother, she definitely made sure yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. And like I said, put a handle on it, such or so and so. And it was always, like, we used to say, like, yes, or you could say, yeah.
Yeah.
What's called Mason-Dixon? No.
Yes.
Yes,
man. It's
really,
yes, man. It's the handle. Yeah. It's the handle. Because remember, Chicken, Brother Chicken.
Yes.
From at church, we couldn't call him Chicken when everybody called him Chicken.
Everybody.
That was his nickname. He was an old dude named Chicken. Like we had to call him Brother Shuford. Or no, Daddy said I had to call him Mr. Chicken.
Right.
I'm not.
Or Brother Chicken.
I would just start talking.
Brother Chicken.
I would just start talking. But I don't want to call anybody
Chicken. His nickname, everybody called him Chicken.
Why?
Guess. Oh, I can tell you why. Because this gentleman here was known for cutting hair with a drumstick in his hand. So what happens is you would be perfectly clean by the end, but on the way to that you would have chicken crumbs on your hair and then a little chicken grease, kind of touch a little bit. But by the time you're done, then you're good. You get your cleaned up.
He done greased you up.
But you're gonna eat. He's gonna eat his chicken now while he's cutting your hair. So that's why chicken.
I know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But I either had to call him Brother Shuford or Brother Chicken. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Everybody's running around here calling him Chicken.
And for me, it was Uncle Ted because he's married to my auntie.
Uncle Ted.
My great aunt.
So it's just, as in the South, there was no calling no adult by their first name.
Yeah.
And
that's white, black, it
don't
what it was.
That's Bible Belt-ish.
Bible Belt-ish.
Where they ask you what church you go to when you get off the plane.
Yes.
That's Bible Belt.
What church you go to again? What church you go to?
And you don't notice that you go up north and nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody even asked that question, dog.
I didn't tell you. And I'm not even trying to be funny.
I'm
not even being funny. Okay, so other week I was at Luby's. Yeah, I don't care. I'm old. I went.
Wow, you said Luby's, huh?
Yeah, I went to Luby's because I wanted some of that liver and onions.
No, you didn't do the liver and onions.
I did the liver and onions.
Oh my God, you're killing your age right now.
I don't care. But so I'm coming, when I get in there, I noticed a guy, an older man that came in while we're talking about Southern stuff. So I gave him the down,
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, right.
At a certain age, you start going down with the...
But not up.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, you go down. Yeah.
And so, he was older.
That is true.
It's true, dog.
Yeah, it changed up. You can go down.
It's true.
Yeah, because it used to be so...
It's like...
Yeah. Back in the day, you had to math it too. It was like, how slow you did it or how fast, whatever. So this guy had on a Vietnam vet hat.
Yeah,
okay. Of course, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I get in line. I get my Luann platter, delivering onions with, whatever. It's so good. And
flashback.
while I'm standing there, because the line is long. So it's taking a long time. And I noticed that he was still staring at me. So I'm with Nisha and I'm like, hey, that man back there keeps staring at me. I said, it's actually making me uncomfortable. Because it wasn't like a stare like...
Wasn't this a glance?
Yeah, it was like you're acting like damn you. Yeah,
inquisitive stuff.
Yeah, it was like okay. So when I get to pay, Nisha's already up at the cash register, and I said, oh wait a minute, I went back to get a condiment, and he started.
What kind?
I said condiment.
Oh, condiment.
What condiment do you get with liver and onions?
Well, I got some because I got some dressing with it, so I need to get some cranberry sauce with my.
Okay.
Got some cranberry sauce, and right when I turned around, he started walking fast, and he was pointing at the lady at the register, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at her, and he was like, and she was like, oh, okay, I didn't realize that was her. I said, what about me? He wanted to pay for your food,
wow.
But I had already given Nisha my card, and she paid for it, and he was, she was like, he was trying to pay for your food, and I was like, oh, okay, and so then he felt like he could come over and talk, and he was like, yeah, I tried to tell her beforehand before you got up there, and he was like, so let me ask you this, what church do you go to? And I
come see you.
I was like, oh no, it gets worse. And I was like, I said, honestly, I don't live in this area. I said, I'm just down here, taking care of some things. And he was like, how long are you gonna be here? I said, no, I still live in DFW because I'm not telling him anything about me.
Right.
I said, I still live in DFW, but I'm just
all the details
down here.
All the details.
And he was like, well, let me give you my card. Maybe we can meet up. And you know he was old. He said, maybe we can meet up and have breakfast or something. I'm not good enough for that.
He was trying to get you on this 3-wheel motorcycle, man.
He said breakfast. And he was like, I'm a pastor, but he's not a pastor over church. And he gave me his card. And it was so weird.
I love those pastors at church. I love it.
I was like, okay.
My favorite.
Don't have no church.
I love those.
Really
I love them. It's like a freelancer almost.
I'm a freelancer.
Yeah.
So I got a question for you, and I want you to answer this, Sean. So what does it feel like as a woman to know that from the top of the day, men are looking at you as a sexual figure? And I want you to talk for most of the women out there, because that's the thing about it, is that for men, we're always on the hunt. What is it like to be a woman knowing that you are on somebody's diet that day?
Honestly, and I don't know how all women speak, but I would think, honestly, we don't think about it, because him staring at me, it never crossed my mind he was looking at me as attractive. It crossed my mind as him being creepy. It's like, stop being creepy. Why are you looking at me?
But
so we don't think about it.
Creepy on the human level, as in a person looking at another person in a creepy manner. So
yeah, stop staring.
If he was a guy or whatever.
It's like, don't stare. So I don't really think we think about it. When we get up, we get dressed, we put our makeup on, we want to look our best. We know that there's a possibility someone is going to find us attractive. But the mistake and the misconception is that we're getting dressed for men to look at us, and that's not the case. We are getting dressed for ourselves, and we want to look good regardless of.
Y'all, I'm gonna give a little pushback.
Yeah, maybe some women don't, but most women. The only way.
Okay, I wouldn't say.
I say most women, but definitely
that they are dressing for themselves.
For other women.
Because that's what I believe. I believe women are dressing
not for themselves, but other women.
I don't even think it's guys. Y'all don't care nothing about what we think.
Okay.
Because y'all know we don't like y'all no matter what.
And that's
you be in sweatpants, it don't matter. You can be just coming out and I got caught out. God gonna be like, what's up? What you talking about?
But the thing,
I think y'all just for each other.
And that may be it, because it does feel good when another woman compliments you, and not in a sexual way or anything like that.
You got on point.
But honestly,
Like women just.
I see you.
Yep.
Got a hot day, things like that. But honestly, it is for purposes of mental health. And I don't think that's just women. When I don't look good, I don't feel good. So the best way.
Okay, I like that, and so I want to move the conversation, because do you feel like that was more our generation, or say, because we know that was our parents' generation, that they like to look good at all times, and anytime they left the house they look good. So do you think it's because that was our generation, that it was set into our mind that when you go out the house you look a certain way, or is that more you or women kind of in general?
It honestly, for me, it may be different, because that was instilled in me from a young age. My mother always said, you never look like what you're going through.
Okay, I like that. That's true.
That's true. It was one time my daddy, we had called the ambulance to come pick him up. He was, having a moment. My mama went in there and put makeup on.
I mean, I say too, though, I always say this, because at our jobs, I think we all could probably see this, that Generation X is the last bastion of the baby boomers.
The last
of those generations. After this, it goes totally left.
It's going to hell in a handbasket.
You're saying more people who literally do not know how to dress business casual.
Exactly.
You know, and it's like, what's wrong?
Because really, for them, it's an extreme. Either it's totally dress up, or I wear whatever, or I look like a college kid. Because really, to me, how people dress now, that's how you dressed in college.
Right.
Because even in high school, you had to go look into school a certain way.
I mean, I had Dockers and a polo on.
Because we were the dress-up era. And we was a gang era, but we wore braided belts, polo boots.
Don't trip.
You know what I mean? We were the dress-up. Jabot jeans, Guess, polo, heel figure. That was us. Now, we gonna shoot you. But we gonna be dressed nice doing it. I'm running off in some polo. I'm fleeing the scene in some polo. Yeah. But but the point I was trying to make, because S and I go to the gym, and she was like, people in the gym like with night clothes on. People in the gym working out in pajama pants. And so she's like, so now I know people wear it everywhere. So did you literally roll out of bed in the pajama pants? Are you going back home and putting back on the pajama pants
and getting back in
the bed? Or
I don't. And the thing,
do you now have out pajama pants? Because some people wear that crap everywhere.
You're right.
So go ahead, Shante.
I don't. Anyone that knows me knows I have a huge issue with people that wear bonnets and pajamas and house shoes in public.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because here's the thing. Are you really outside exposing all of this stuff to your bonnet and going back home and putting it on your pillow where you're supposed to be?
I didn't think about that.
That's nasty.
I didn't think about that.
That's a good
because you know us, there was a set of clothes for everything. There was school clothes, it was church clothes,
it was
play clothes, and we could not mix and match. And you couldn't have them play clothes on in the house or get in the bed. You know what I mean? Don't sit on my couch in them play clothes, or don't sit in that bed, because we had to make bed when you got up in the morning, and then you couldn't get back in the damn bed no more.
No, you're done.
And then you couldn't wear your play clothes in the bed. Make sure you get out them school clothes and put your some other clothes on.
And
so that is
because to me that's gross. It's like you're wearing house shoes outside, so you're gonna take all of this stuff back in your house.
So you went on a granular level. I knew.
Yeah, it's like that's gross. It's like you're supposed to, when you sleep at night, it's just not the act of sleeping. You're rejuvenating your body, your mind, and your soul. And how can you do that when you have the outside on the inside? How? You can't. You can't.
Ours is so weird. We didn't wear. I mean, I got slides on now, but I'm literally at home. Peace Pod is at home. But we didn't wear slides. We didn't wear thong sandals because for us, we grew up in a neighborhood that you may have to run at any time,
any moment.
So you only wearing slides like after games. So at the football games, we put our slides on. People who you did. But other than that, when you went out, you had on shoes.
Did y'all ever slip up and hear that garage going up and you still had your school clothes on?
Oh my God.
Isn't that a fear like no other to hurry up and try to get that off? Get them school clothes off?
It's the same fear that when they told you to do something before you got home.
And that was my deal. They did get that chicken out. Get the chicken out. Thaw that chicken out. That was your only job.
You didn't thaw that chicken.
You forgot.
And they knew you was lying. You thought a chicken,
the chicken
going there hot. But they put their finger in the water. No, that water is free.
Chili Jordan.
I have a sister. Obviously, y'all know I have a sister.
Chili Jordan.
Chili Jordan.
It's a Bible term.
Like the
Jordan River.
When the finger in the water was cold too.
Chill my body, but not my soul.
Yes, I know.
That's why it hit me later.
It's out of context. I'm sorry.
Woo!
I forgot to take out the meat one time growing up, and it was cube steaks.
One time, you good. One time.
No, this time was different. this time was different because I probably had been threatened, and I forgot. And so I knew Mama was going to be home in like 10 minutes. I'm dumb. I put the meat in the microwave to thaw it. You can't do that. And so I did it.
You can't do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah. You can do it. And there is a thaw collection.
It's a thaw.
I didn't push thaw.
Yeah, you didn't put thaw. I put it in there. I know where this is going.
You cooking that on.
I put that in there.
I know where this is going.
I took it out and I threw it in the water. I threw it in there for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes I've always felt like God sometimes looks at us and be like, oh my God, let me help her. Let me help her. That day my mama didn't feel like eating. So she went ahead and cooked it without tasting it and gave it to me and my sister.
Oh.
And that stuff was so hard to cut, and my sister was trying to get me in trouble. She was like, this stuff tastes kind of rubbery. No,
oh my God, them dang siblings,
A perfect transition
them dang siblings,
to one of the questions I had.
What's that?
Sibling rivalry. How often did you do that kind of stuff to get your sibling in trouble? Because I did all the time. All the time. Y'all know, well, Dune know. I got a sister, me and her fought like fist fights.
I mean, cats and dogs.
I mean, real, legit fist fights. If there was phones and camera phones and stuff back then, I'd be the worst person ever. He's the one that did it.
Look, I don't know, because that dang Connie can hold her own. Don't trip.
I didn't have a right cross too, goddamn. I had to fight back. I was offended by
toward the end. Had to go and let him toward the end. She
We really fighting. We're fighting.
Myself.
Well,
So anybody, y'all have any sibling rivalry stories or some things you would do to get under the skin of your sibling?
I'd love when they'd ask me to go get the belt because that's when I would go get the biggest belt.
Oh, that's dirty.
I did. I would go get Daddy's biggest leather belt.
They knew exactly what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
We had because Connie and I were so close. Mark was so much older.
He was done with whoopings.
Yeah, he was done. We have so Daddy would come pick us up. He worked full-time pastor, so he worked from home.
Right.
For church.
Remote. He was remote.
He worked before remote was remote. And so he picked us up and dropped us off at school. Me and Connie would always argue about who could sit in the front seat.
Oh, man.
And so Dad, we'd argue, we'd be outside the car, tussling, pushing each other, getting in. I'm getting in. He had to institute days of the week. That certain days of the week, this was your day, this your day. And so he went, and I always felt slighted because he went by alphabet. So Alpha. So Connie comes before Lloyd or Robert. Don't matter which one you use.
Yeah, matter.
So Connie got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
That's so
because of the C's.
Yeah.
And Daddy wasn't caring about being fair to rotate it every week. Connie was just Monday, Wednesday, Friday's my day. I'm like, nigga, I'm only getting 2 days a week. And Daddy was like, he's not caring.
He don't care at all.
He's like, y'all work it out. I fixed it.
Mm-hmm. I gave y'all Alpha first and Connie first and everything. I was like, oh, that's not fair. But yes, so that was our sibling. That was
I know for me, when it came to my older brother, the old 12 gauge, he we really didn't have too many. See, Bonnie and Reggie, they didn't do the whole tussling deal, or it was pretty straight laced because, and another reason why too, we were in the house with Mama Jewel and them too.
She
so she wasn't going with two. So you got multi layers of ain't nothing happening. But and then Reggie, he dipped out when I was in what was it? I was in freshman, 8th grade. I was in 8th grade. Mm-hmm. He dipped out. So a lot of the fun stuff, right? When you get to kind of, so my job was to torture Brent. That was my job.
And Brent, we did torture.
And then of course I had my partner here. We both tortured him because it'll take somebody got little brother syndrome. That's Brent Trevor Logan.
It does have.
He got little brother syndrome the whole time.
Yeah, Brent, the sibling rivalries y'all want to throw in?
She claimed she was really trying to help me this one time.
She
said she was trying to help me, okay? And I was going to get a whooping. I don't know what I did. I did something. And it was one of those, you wait, I'm going to be in there and I'm going to whoop you in a minute, okay? And you know, those are the worst ones. Why are you making me wait?
Stop that. Picking out the bell.
And they know it too.
So,
they know it.
we in there and my sister was like, when she get ready to hit you, just run. And I was like, okay.
Sissy got you.
I was like, okay. So mama came in the kitchen because we were standing there still talking about it.
That is horrible.
And right when she came, she said, now come here. She had the little belt in her hand. I said, look at my sister, look straight ahead. Ran straight past. I ran. And so I ran. I got to the brick. You know, that's where the rooms were. I turned around. Mama was still standing in the kitchen.
Like,
and she said, why you gonna ask her?
She still standing there.
She didn't move. I thought that meant she was gonna check. No,
that's like Jason,
Freddy
or something.
I mean, she stood there. And I remember when I passed her, I saw her head do like this, like she watched me run.
Like Michael Myers.
And for some reason, I thought she was behind me. And when I got my whooping, and all that, Bridget was like, "I meant run around while she's whooping." It's like you didn't say that. You didn't say that. She was like, "You tired him out by moving too much." Not just. She really should have explained that better. Because if I'm getting a whooping, I'm young, obviously. You can't just say stuff like that.
That made me think of something. My mama pounced on me. I tried to run off mama one time around the coffee table with me and mama.
And she wasn't you.
And we like around this coffee table, like, you know how you used to do it around the cars when you play hide go seek?
Yeah.
We were around the coffee table. And I take off. Mama jumped off. Mama jumped over the coffee table. Onto my back. That was one.
Gotcha.
One time.
Got him.
Got it. It made me think about when that was my trying to run. But Daddy used to hit us. Like, he used to make her put her hands out. You know how you play the game like this?
Yeah. Slap, jack.
So he makes you put your hand out. And he would slap your hand. Like,
with a belt?
With his big ass hand.
This
you know they
guy,
got my dad bear, right?
This guy.
That's because my dad, you know, I got big hands. My dad had like twice the size of my hand. So my daddy's hand is like this with like them bear claws. So he had like it's
even for his size, it's abnormal.
Right, but daddy wasn't 6 foot. So to have this big huge hand, it was crazy. And so he would hit us with his hand. So like corporal punishment. He said, I'm glad he's dead, so he can't go to jail. So
statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations over. So you do something crazy, like put your hand out. So you put your hand out, and that thing will just crash your hand. You know that handed. So you put your hand out. Like he just wow. So I thought I'm gonna be slick one time
and move your hand.
I move my hand. That nigga slapped shit out of me. I'm sorry, because but I'm talking about in the same motion.
How did you think that was gonna work out?
I don't know, but I just thought it was gonna hurt too bad.
How would that work?
I don't know.
You
don't think straight in those times.
No, it's like
he did.
You know,
it was so fun. I remember like yesterday. He did that. I moved, and he came back like this. He came back like that though.
You got backhanded
in the same motion.
Oh, that's pretty.
The hand would have felt better. Was it worth it?
Yeah, he had that ring on. That shit hurt.
Oh,
so he was like, "Wow, wow." I wouldn't expect that one. I would expect to slap. I should have just took my hand.
Now, would you allow me? I want to go ahead and put. I want to put this on P's podcast for prosperity. Okay, and this story's been told multiple times, but never on P's podcast. And I want to do this in honor of my inmate brother and my mother. Okay, so the time where I got him in trouble, and I thought about sibling rivalry. So on Wednesday night service, we used to alternate watching Brent.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 gauge, it was his turn to watch Brent that week, and he was like he was courting a young lady. I won't say her name, but he was courting a young lady, and so he's all hot and heavy back at the church somewhere outside. And so I go in there and I'm walking in the back, and I see Brent with the lights off in the fellowship hall, him swinging his legs trying to be quiet. but I knew it was some kind of sound because it was a whimpering sound, somebody crying. So I turned the light on, and it was Brent crying in the festival hall with the lights off. 12 Gauge put him back there, told him don't move, and be quiet.
And he was scared.
So then Bonnie comes, and she's like, "Where's Brent?" I said, it was my week to watch him, Mom. So I don't know. She said, well, I don't care about that. She said, where's Brent?
Where is he?
So I said, well, I see, maybe he's in the back of the church, Mom. I don't know. So she goes back there. Of course, I turned the light off, just for effects. So she goes back there.
In the dark back there.
And turn the light on. And I'll tell you something, Bonnie flipped out. So she goes outside. And so women, they wear the little low quarter heel,
the cat heel,
that look like a little cat heel with like a little
quarter with the kitten heel, yeah, kitten heel.
So 12 Gauge at this time is across the street in the car.
He's in high school, mind you. He's in high school.
Yeah, he's in high school. Yeah,
12's in high school.
And so they set the scene. So what happened was, mother goes outside the door, and then she looks across and sees this car. And then she knows exactly whose car it is. She does a move where she walks and then kicks the heel up into her right hand in one motion, like a seven.
The heel in her
in a right hand, like a. And so our pastor, of course, was Reverend Lloyd A. Pullum. He opens the door up and trying to see what's going on. He looks out and sees old Bonnie B. Bon striking Reggie in back of the head.
Oh, wow.
She sliced his head open, back of his head. Talking about, don't you leave my son back there in the dark. So Rem Pull opened the door up, saw what's going on, and closed the door. He went right back to his office. It's a legendary St. Emmanuel story.
Oh,
so we were all outside. They were all outside. I mean, all the kids saw. He's in high school.
And we're kids. We're all
and
outside.
keep in mind, Reggie's probably about 5'11", 6 foot. And
so she's
like 5'1". She's jumping up in the air, hitting him across the back of his head, and she actually sliced his dang head open.
And what can you do to your mama?
You can't.
You know what I mean?
And then Logan.
All you can do is take it.
That's it.
And so he's out there getting wailed on, and we're out there crying.
How many hits was this? How long did this go on?
Oh, it was.
I mean, probably in real time, maybe like 5 or 6 minutes. In fantasy world, like 30 minutes.
That was 30 minutes.
Fantasy world, she beat him all up down the street.
Yeah.
All around the car.
Took this whole neighborhood to get him off of here.
Neighborhood. Oh, we cried.
It's a story forever.
That story is cemented. One of the great stories.
So I did 12 Gauge on that one.
Yeah, he got it.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Sibling rivalry.
Peace Pod. This is Peace Pod.
What do you want to call? What do you want to call this segment here?
Let's call it Cask and Learn.
Cask and Learn. So y'all remember while he's setting up. Dune last time came on and had a little bit a knowledge dump about his cigars. We talked about how he had the hand rolled cigars at his wedding.
Yeah.
Had a cigar room at his wedding. Went upstairs, outside. We smoking hand rolled cigars at his wedding 10 years ago or so.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So we talked about that and viral clip on TikTok, 20,000 views.
Oh wow, pretty awesome.
Before the hacker stole my page.
Thank God for the Africans. Thank you.
Goddamn.
Thank you very much.
I love you.
Thank you, motherland.
You want to bring me some plantain?
Not plantain. Is that what we're doing?
I'll take it. Some buffalo horn plantain. So Dune now has a segment, Cast and Learn. Take it away, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much just for this moment here. So what I really want to talk about is really some etiquette and also a brief talk about these types of liquors right here, okay? Shantae called this the old person segment, but I feel I'm helping the world right now, okay?
Every little bit at a time.
Every little bit at a time.
TikTok, where
So
number 12.
let's first talk about what we shouldn't do. If you're going to go out for the evening, which I know is a rare occurrence with our generation now, with multiple generations, but let's just say if you're going to drink, okay, make sure if you're drinking wine in the beginning, you have to stick with wine and beer for the rest of the night. That's how that goes.
That is a very good point, because that's like drinking 1-on-1. So you're saying wine and beer can go together.
Wine and beer go together.
You can any beer, any wine.
Yeah,
as a combination.
As a combination.
Because our general rule, the first Negro rules, is they tell you don't light and dark don't mix.
Right.
So it's still those.
Right.
Light and dark don't mix, but wine and beer do go together.
Right. And the thing about it more is in that if you're starting you got to kind of be able to strategize how your evening is going to go so you can make sure you have the best results by the next morning. And that's what it's all about, really.
The results.
The bounce back.
Results meaning you got a little friend with you.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. We're all married.
Yeah, but it makes you well Polo's being a whore right now. I was talking about just having a headache and throwing up, but I wasn't talking about sex. Golly, Polo, gee whiz, such a slut. Anyway, he's not a slut anymore though. Anyway, happily married. But let's get into his liquors here. I want to talk about this briefly here because Polo almost threw us off for a minute. So right here, Terramana. Terramana is actually Dwayne Rock Johnson's tequila, okay? And so he kind of goes by the whole...
And similarly, he's that size now.
As he prepared, you see?
Yeah. That's what Bougie. That's what people do.
Yeah, the chicken man. Yeah, it's for the chicken man. That's what he's doing. Gotcha. He will get an Oscar for that. He will.
If you look like that model.
Right. Right.
He was all of us together.
It's almost like 50 in that movie he did, the cancer.
Yeah. Nobody. Yeah.
You almost died.
No doubt.
I didn't see that movie. But continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So with Terramana, this is Dwayne Rock Johnson's, and when I say when it comes to tequila right here, he says it's a micro batch. Which micro batch, what that means that it's more of a limited amount of bottles are going out into the populace. Okay.
What'd you call it again?
Micro batch.
So does that mean from the micro batch? Does that mean they won't make more? It's kind of like it's a beta testing in essence.
Well, no. What it means is that they're only making so many per run. So let's say when you go to your Total Wine, Smirnoff, for instance, has a whole row up and down the aisle.
Right.
Whereas when you look at Grey Goose may have a smaller section because it's more of a premium.
So is the run how often when you turn run? Does that mean how often they go and restock it, or just a period of time? The run is we're only selling it from October to December.
So the process of making tequila goes like this: you get your blue agave, which is a type of cactus, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens is they char it, all right, and by charring it, it starts the fermentation process. So for Terramana, for instance, they use a specific type of blue agave that's been award winning. So it goes down to actual agriculture, how many times we have access to that blue agave, and also the process of they put their tequila in actual cask like a whiskey, which is not normal. So they're distilling it differently in a more of a different type of process. So when you go from Blanco to Reposado to Añejo, it goes by the barrels of how long your tequila, for instance, is staying in those barrels.
Okay. That's pretty smart.
Yeah, that's pretty smart.
I wish that camera was like zoomed in on you, like he's an expert.
So
I was trying to keep up.
And the thing about it, what you hear now is real popular. Buffalo Trace whiskey, very popular right now. It has hints of chocolate, berries. It has a more of a little aromatic effervescence to it, so it's real popular with your old fashions. Okay, so if you like old fashions, Buffalo Trace is a great one. Of course,
to use in the mixture
as your liquor.
Okay.
Now, Also, the granddaddies are Woodford Reserve or Old Turkey 101. You can also use those also
as your liquor.
Yeah. Because the important thing about Buffalo Trace, it is a microbrewery. Matter of fact, Total Wine only lets you get one bottle per customer.
Really?
And also, which takes me to this point here, when I was in Louisiana, I bought this bottle here, and it's my final point here. It's Kirkland. Now, as we all know, as Costco shoppers, Kirkland has a brand in there, right? Mm-hmm. But when I went to Louisiana, I saw this bottle for $50, and and I was like, I gotta have it. Just a little alky deal. I had to have it. So don't Shantae, don't look like that, Shantae, please. But the good thing about this one here is when you talk about how cognac is made, when you taste this, it tastes like less aged Cavassier. Not Hennessy, because Hennessy has its own particular taste.
Yeah.
But when you go to Cavassier, to Remy Martin, they taste a little similar.
So
it's really a little more spicy.
Hennessy.
Yeah, it's a little more of a gut punch.
Cavassier is more of a.
And then Remy takes it to the next level, right?
Yeah.
Do the history. I love history.
I love it.
The history of actually putting soda in our liquor came from Prohibition.
Yeah, I knew that.
Good job. And the reason why is because they would do bathtub gins, bathtub whiskeys, quick, not really aged, real get it, go. So the soda or Coca-Cola or whatever it was, it would help make it taste better. Mm-hmm. But I would tell you that I still drink with a side on or whatnot.
It was also used to stretch.
At a stretch, good point too. Very good, right.
It was illegal, so you add a little soda to stretch it also, because you only got so much liquor. Yeah. So let's add a little ration. Yeah. So instead of just drinking shots, let's give you a little. It was nasty and
good point. That's actually a very valid point. And when you start looking at whiskeys like Whistle Pig, which may be like $1,500 a bottle. So like at my cousin Eric's memorial, we had a couple guys there that brought Whistle Pig in and letting us take shots of Whistle Pig, which I was honored. I'm like, this is freaking fantastic, because a shot at the bar is gonna run you $150 normally
for a shot.
One shot. Yeah. So Whistle Pig. So when you drink things like Whistle Pig, you're going to drink those neat. Why? Because they're going to be aged in a manner where there's not a lot of it will be smooth. Let's just say that. And you can get a lot of the notes. And you'll hear that with cigars and whiskeys, especially, or bourbons too. There's always notes in there. So cigars and whiskey, they match up certain notes of chocolate, berries. It may be things like you get more of arid kind of taste, and you're able to match that cigar with the whiskey. But that's going to be part 2 for next time. But as we close out, as pulled. So when you go to the bar, you may say neat. Neat means in a glass, it will be normally a 1.75 shot normally of jigger, which the jigger is the top part. So you pour that in there. That's going to be normally your neat drink. Now when you say like pull it on the rocks, you'll have your same neat but with ice in it, okay? But then you start getting to the things like, here we go, you're shaking that stir, dress and chill, which allow your shot to come, and then also you start getting to more, let me get whiskey and 7, or let me get the whole term Crown and Coke. It's all whiskey and Coke, those kind of things. But I'll close out for now. There'll be more to come, but the main thing I would tell you is that if you're going to start your evening off, make sure that if you're not a seasoned drinker, I would stick with one liquor throughout the night. Vodka, tequila is a little different. You can kind of dance with tequila all night, no matter what you're drinking. That's why it's so popular. Mm-hmm. But I would do vodka, I would do whiskey. If you do cognac, it's very restrictive. Cognac, you're going to be drinking cognac pretty much for the whole night, guaranteed. Mm-hmm. But that's it for Cass Corner. I'll pass back over to our host.
We appreciate you.
Thank you very much.
Peace Pod. This is Peace Pod.
It's how you know that you getting old.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How you know?
You get little indicators on a regular. You're more patient with driving.
That's not me. I'm more impatient.
Yeah, I get you. Misha's bad.
Well, I didn't want to say the truth, but yeah, it is bad. I'm bad too. I'm bad, but I be trying to chill. But when you you waking up in sections now. You know, all of that stuff we used to do in our 20s, jumping out of bed to go.
That's
So,
right.
I'm late. I'm late.
That's old.
I'm late. You don't get to it. I'm not jumping up.
I'm late.
I gotta wake up and I gotta sit on the edge of the bed. You know, I don't know if y'all ever seen that picture of that black lady and she's sitting on the edge of her bed in her gown. It's a portrait and she's sitting here like she tired. The weight of this world. But whatever. That's how I feel. I'm like that every morning. I don't know the name of that picture, but y'all know which picture I'm talking about.
I know you're talking about.
Okay, so
Oh man.
you know, with my job, I get home at different times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but for the most part, I'm generally at home by 6 o'clock. You know, unless I've worked from home. But so I get home, and generally it takes me about 15 minutes to unwind. Okay. I get out of my school clothes. You know, and
we fold them up.
So
on a hanger.
Yeah, because some stuff you can't be washing. Some stuff, you know, just like if I ain't sweating, I'm not washing it. It's okay. So okay. Sure. So I get out my school clothes. I immediately take makeup off. I got to take that makeup off, and you know I get comfy. I go in the kitchen.
But that you know all that speaks to your point though, right?
Hello. You like you were sleeping in makeup.
No, but no. Did you have a whole
routine?
See,
step by step.
Yeah, you out here giving us a routine.
Yeah.
For getting comfortable. I know I got to wind down.
It take me about 15 minutes, you know.
I get home and be like.
Get on the game.
You be outside doing where you at.
That's good point. Right. No, yeah, right.
They already at the bar. Yeah. You just trying to throw stuff off.
You're right.
But go ahead.
Usually I have to, go to the restroom because I have a problem with public bathrooms. So most of the time I will hold it for 8 hours sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm gonna pay for that. I know I'm gonna pay for that later on in life.
No, you're gonna pay for that. I will tear a public restroom up.
Yeah, I can't. It's something about
I don't care that at all.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about my post.
But, I don't care about that at all.
So anyways, this one day, I come home, do my regular routine, cooked dinner and ate, and so I'm sitting there watching TV, and then I get a phone call. I was talking to you one night. I think it was you.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure it was one. Yeah. So I talked to you, talked at normal time. We just talk about 20, 30 minutes or whatever. And I get off the phone and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, it's time to get ready, I need you to go to the restroom. I go use the restroom. And while I'm in there, I was like, just go ahead and take your shower. It's getting late. No point in coming out. Go on and take a shower while you're in here.
Get a twofer. Go get a twofer.
Go take a shower.
We are so old.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take my shower.
Bundling life.
Yeah.
I need the same time.
I have some more time to watch TV. So I come out, and I get my bonnet, I'm putting my hair up and stuff.
Now, what time is it at this time?
That's what I'm getting to it. So I'm like, shoot, it's time, going and get in the bed. So I come out, and I put the bonnet on, and I'm doing something, and I look at the clock, and I was like, oh my God, this clock, the battery must have, stopped working, because, I'm pulling the covers back to get in the bed. I said, I'll put it back tomorrow. I get in the bed and lay down, and I'm getting ready to say my prayers. It's 8:42. It's 8:42.
That is sick.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie.
And the sun is still up. Don't trip. Don't trip. Like the sun.
No, it was the sun was going down, but it was. I thought that clock was broken.
The sun is up 8:40.
In the fall, see, we talk about now. The sun
down. Yeah.
In the summer, like a month ago, Shantae.
No,
that sun up.
It was just a few weeks ago. It was 8:42, and I thought it was time for bed. And you think I got back up?
No,
I didn't.
I can't even trip because I ended out with the principal, right? So, quick story. G plays baseball. One of my bonus son plays baseball. We leave in baseball field. It's late. It's during the week. It's like say a Wednesday night. We leave in the baseball game. It's about 10 close to 10, like 9:30ish. And so from the field, the closest thing is a Wendy's. So we're like, hey, we can stop at this Wendy's, get you something to eat before we go to the house because everything closes like 10ish. By the time we get close to the house, everything will be closed.
Okay.
Just get this and go home. So he's the only one eating. He gets the Wendy's. He decides he wants one of their ice cream things, right?
Right.
So I'm like, hey, add a Frosty. Dude at the window, add a Frosty. We go. Get him to the window, pay for the stuff. I'm taking the bag. I'm finna drive off. G was like, hey, my Frosty. I was like, oh yeah. Hey, we got a Frosty. Dude was like, the machine's broke.
Oh God.
I was like,
What is
oh.
it, McDonald's or Wendy's? My
Yeah,
goodness.
this is Wendy. I'm like,
Gee whiz.
So why'd you
Oh.
take the money for it?
I said, oh, okay. Cool. I'm like, your machine broke. There it is. Okay. And I am about to drive off. She was like, Dad, check the receipt to see if they charge you for it. I ain't thought nothing about it. Because it's late. When I looked, they charged me for a flight.
Of course they did.
So long story less long, this ends up being a little Rob moment. Shantae.
Oh,
Shantae so affectionately named this other part of my personality
Little Rob.
as Little Rob.
Oh, that is great.
Little Rob.
I love that.
Aggressive, unhinged, just
Version.
Like,
Oh, that's
y'all
great.
generally, most people know me as Obama. Little Rob is not
When
Obama.
he goes off, if you've ever been to rainforest, you know when they let all that stuff start going and it gets loud
That
and
is
you hear
great, Little Rob.
yeah, that's like, oh shucks, here comes Little Rob. You hear that rainforest cafe stuff.
So, long story less long.
I love that
Little
name.
Rob emerged. And part of the conversation at the Obama verse, part of the conversation at the window was if the person back there knew the machine was broken, why even allow me to order it and take my money?
Right.
So thank you for joining Peace Pod. We do appreciate you doing it. My girl Tizzle for jumping on. And we'll see y'all next time, all right?
Peace.
Peace Pod.